Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I'm George. We're all George. So, this is the big headline news, okay? GameStop. Three sources now say GameStop is looking to invest in Bitcoin and crypto. So, last week, Ryan Cohen posted a picture of him and Michael Saylor standing next to each other. So obviously they've been talking, right? But outside of that, there are a lot of other sources that say this is going to happen. GameStop is sitting on $4.6 billion worth of cash. When you have that much cash, you don't want to see it inflate away to nothing. Okay? So you want to buy assets with it. This is what Saylor's been saying, what I've been saying. Holding on cash long term hurts you. Your buying power diminishes. Right? And GameStop, we know they're such a degen company at this point. Obviously, they're still selling games and so forth. But imagine if there were more than that. Imagine at GameStop, they turned it around where you could actually go in and buy crypto. What if they became crypto like a physical crypto exchange? How cool would that be? That doesn't exist right now. There's no physical Coinbase stores, right? So imagine if that was the case. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know if they're going to do that, but that would be pretty cool if they made every single GameStop store a place you could go to that you could actually go buy meme coins or Bitcoin, right? Besides just having a Bitcoin ATM, you could actually go and actually buy crypto. It's actually a physical place you could go. I think that's a pretty cool idea. But besides that, the more important story is whether they're going to spend their $4.6 billion to buy Bitcoin. I think it's going to happen. And because of this rumor, after hours, they jumped up 7.46%. Right? They love it. Degens love it. And it'll be great to get Wall Street Bets, those Reddit degen guys, to come in too. Reddit, by the way, is getting hammered. Their stock is getting hammered. So maybe those guys will jump into crypto finally once GameStop gets in. So we'll see. Could be big. But of course, it's not just GameStop. You guys know this. JP Morgan, even though Jamie Dimon, he hates Bitcoin, at least he has this facade that he hates Bitcoin. Well, they're secretly buying Bitcoin. Their exposure to Bitcoin keeps on growing behind the scenes. Okay, so that tells you something. And not just them, Barclays, their exposure is at 131 million. Every single bank has huge exposure in Bitcoin. So they don't tell you. They end up having to tell you through their quarterly or their filings, their SEC filings. They don't openly tweet it out like Saylor does, okay? But eventually people find out. The National Bank of Canada has purchased $2 million of Bitcoin ETFs. Not Bitcoin, but Bitcoin ETFs. That's the next best thing. I'm still waiting for Canada to become the 51st state. I think that would be cool. Then you could visit Toronto without, crossing the border. And Ontario, which I hear is very nice. I'm just joking about that. But it's good, right? Nations, banks, everyone is getting involved with Bitcoin and Bitcoin ETFs, which is essentially the next best thing. The states, of course, the 50 states that we have, not counting the 51st, you know, they're getting involved. And we have 20 states so far. And if we continue on this trend and continue, we could have $23 billion flowing into Bitcoin just from the states. This is not from a federal level. This does not include the strategic reserve of the US. This is just strategic reserve of the states combined could pour 23 billion in. And that number, of course, will increase over time. That's being worked on right now. I cover these legislations one after another, like seemingly like every single week. More and more states are either approving already or creating legislation to get these going. This is a real thing. This is not make-believe. This is not like in the future. This is happening now. That's awesome. It's awesome. Never has been done before. You have Metaplanet. You have companies still that's raising and buying more Bitcoin. That's the right way to do it. DCA long haul. Some panic over volatility. Some that understand will continue to DCA. That's really what it comes down to. Wall Street, a lot of people on Wall Street, they tend to panic. Short-term holders coming back into the game. You can see that spike over there. That's good. So it's not just the whales and institutions that are buying. Short-term holders, some of you guys are listening and realizing, hey, while Bitcoin is down, while there's a lot of distractions, dips are gifts, and you want to be picking up and loading up at this point. Because we all know Bitcoin will be going higher. You just have to withstand the volatility. So there are some retail investors, short-term holders that are coming in and loading up. That's good. But there's a lot more room. There's a lot more room. And of course, long-term holders are doing the exact same thing, right? This is all good. All great metrics, what we want to see. And as the DXY weakens, which it will, as the dollar weakens, you're going to have more money flow out of the dollar and into assets like Bitcoin and crypto. That's going to start happening too. That's going to drive even more money in. And that's when we do this. We're already on our way. It's just a matter of time. We make that next big move up before we consolidate once again. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Just like all previous cycles, there are a lot of stops, a lot of FUD, a lot of nonsense, okay? But we keep on going. Bitcoin keeps on ticking and never stops. And we will be making a new high. And it's going to surprise people. This is not the time to be scared out, no matter what. Even if Bitcoin dips back down to $60,000, you need to hold strong. I don't think it'll ever do that again, but you know, just to give you an example. Not that I think it will happen, but even if it did, I will remain bullish.